And hello there. Howdy, folks. It's just me, myself, and I. And between the three of us, it's going to be a party. Um, well, let's start with who we got in the chat. Sunrise Water Media, first one here. Like the early riser, the overachiever. Eat more possum. Tex Arch Throne Guy, Michael, Quebecson, Chuck. And I think I've got, and DWE UAVP. Okay, that is a mouthful. But anyway, so today it's just me. Dad is on, shall we say, vacation. He had to go get his cousin married off. Michael La from Bays. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen you in a while either. Bob Casey, howdy. And eat more possum. He is there. He came back. So I guess we have to start with the elephant in the room. And waste a few minutes on today's new release, I guess. Let me put it up here. I'm talking about that thing. The DJI Mavic 3 Pro. I'm not a camera drone guy. I mean, I'm not a camera guy. I'm not a photographer. So pictures look great, but then again, the pictures on the Air 2S look great to me. Sorry, guys, not really my wheelhouse, we should say. I'm just going to acknowledge the thing came out. It's going to cost a shit ton of money. Let's see, $2,200 on up. Yeah. I know that the cost of FPV drones gone up, but gee, many crickets. So, yeah, well, here it is, and all its glory, and yeah, 3 cameras, great, but not my wheelhouse. Well, looky who is in the chat, Mr. Dad Random. Have you well, that's not working. Did you sneak away from the family for a minute to grace us with your presence? Now, Dad says he's not going to buy this, but I ain't buying it. He's in Denver right now. I think he's there to give up like useless body parts in order to be able to buy that. Like, how much you get for a kidney these days? Will it be enough to cover one of these things? Dad, you're home? You want to jump in? Yeah, Dad says a lot of things. You got that right here. I will never buy this drone. Sure. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah. I think that the more exciting news is actually that you now can use the goggles and motion controller on the Mini 3 Pro. So there was a software update Now, make the goggles compatible with the Air 2S, and we might be on to something. Goggles are supposed to be compatible with this thing too, but I really haven't. I try to watch some of the releases today, but Jiminy Crickets, when people start quoting 43-minute flight time, which we all know this is never gonna happen. Hold on, I gotta send a link to somebody. Hold on. Hold everything. Hold everything. Uh, there we go. Email. All right. A link has been sent. Let's see. Oh, Scott Mumpton came in here. Jackrabbit FPV. Howdy, Scott. I see Dustin, One Vision Aerial. And how many drones does he have in this collection right now? It's about 3. Well, plus his quads, but all right, here he is. You all wanted it. Howdy, feller.
Never Mavic 3 Pro.
Uh-huh.
Never buying that thing.
Nice hat, though.
Yeah, I didn't communicate well, but I had some pretty interesting flights. So
You had some interesting flights. Well,
yeah.
I had some interesting flights too.
Yep, going through Denver was pretty interesting. Nothing's on time.
Well, no, that's been over for a while now. Things being on time.
Southwest they did a good job bringing us home. I got home pretty late. Or early. $4,000. Yeah.
I mean the pricing on this is just too over the top for my taste.
The only thing I can see that they kind of gave a little bit of, they got rid of the N1 and they, so the RC is there, which is, a step up. So
Yeah.
it looks like they're pushing the N1 away.
Well, no, the N1's going to stay for the lower end, but for the top end, it's going to be RC or RC Pro.
So they did.
I also heard today that the Mavic 3, as such, is going away. They are, whatever inventory there is being phased out. And then it's just going to be the Mavic 3 Classic and the Mavic 3 Pro.
Yeah, I didn't hear as much information I didn't hear. The only person that alluded to the goggles and the controller was Dobo. He just he just faked it, but Do Nothing Productions didn't say anything worth listening to. I thought Aldrin just, everybody's just specking right now. I don't like it when people mix in garbage footage with possibly not real footage. So you really don't know what's real and what's not real. Because you can literally put any video out there and say, hey, I'm flying the Mavic 3, and people don't know. You can hide that crap. I don't do that. I don't fake it. But there are others that I think do.
But anyway, yeah.
So
So, but the Mavic 3 Pro is out in all its glory. Um, I don't have one. I don't want one. Buster here says he ain't getting one. We'll see how that.
I'm, I just like that's freaking just too many bones. It's been nice selling stuff and collecting lots of cash. So
Well,
having freedom from debt feels good.
so, I mean, on a side note, we know why the cost for DJI is as high as it is now. Um, DJI got sued and lost and was told to pay $279 million.
Pennies. Pennies for the Chinese government.
U.S. aerospace company Textron won a $279 million ruling on Friday against Chinese drone maker DJI Technology for patent infringement by the letter.
No.
So
They didn't infringe on somebody's patents. Come on.
yeah, DJI seems to think, Textron makes helicopters. We make recreational drones. Has nothing to do with each other. So, well, anyway. So if you want to know where your $4,799 go, there it goes.
Hey, they took my ideas. Drone Psych's like, yeah.
Covaxion has some wisdom to share with us. You can buy the most expensive drone in the world, but if you fly like crap and edit like crap, you're going to end up with crap videos.
Yep.
You can actually fly a crappy drone and do a hell of a job editing and still come out with a decent video, but
I need to bring the Mini 3 and the Mini SE 3 to the waterfall and see what that would be interesting to see what it would do.
I just want to know how many Mini 3s are going to crash now that they fly with goggles and a joystick.
I did not hear that. So that's a for sure.
That's a for sure.
I want to see somebody do that. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody fly it yet, so it'd be interesting to see the video.
I have seen a video that who's Mr. Hands? Air drone photography?
Oh.
Yeah. He actually bound the Mini 3 to the goggles and the joystick. So I guess we call it the DJI dildo or whatever we call that thing.
Do you think you're going to be able to use the regular controller, or does it have to be the joystick? That's
all he did was the joystick.
Oh.
But I would assume if you can bind the joystick to it, you should be able to bind the DJI controller too with it too.
Yeah, so the Mavic 3 will definitely be goggles capable too. Seems like you have to use the Motion 2.
Motion 2 for now. Okay.
Yeah. It would just make sense for you to use crap, if you could use the Motion 2, then why not the controller 2? But that's
I actually, was thinking about getting the Mini 3 or Mini 3. Well, I was actually thinking about the Mini 3 because, it's pretty reasonably priced, aircraft only.
Yeah.
But you can't bind the thing to an RC Pro.
That's really stupid.
The Mini 3 Pro will bind to the RC Pro, but apparently not the Mini 3.
So
it just
seems
anyway.
it seems like the so I mean that I think that's all interesting though, because you get different perspectives flying, in the goggles, and
Yeah, well, I
got
just
summer
want
coming
I
up.
just want to I just want to see, you know, how many Mini threes are going to crash now because they're going to think they have a freestyle drum now all of a sudden.
Well, people will, attempt to fly closer to stuff. And
Yeah.
so, question, this is one that's been getting me the whole time I've been gone. Are there new motors on the Kai 2?
Well, there's good news and there's bad
Oh,
news.
no, no, not another good news and bad news thing. Damn.
I'm thoroughly convinced.
What's the bad news?
I'm thoroughly convinced your quad is cursed.
Oh boy, it is. It's the freaking cursed. My mom had a Chevy Chevette when I was growing up, and it was cursed too. It always had problems. A
So
yellow
when
Chevy
I
Chevette.
start taking it apart, this is your ESC. See all that shit that's missing down there?
Yeah. The power stuff.
The damn thing still works. But yeah, it got replaced. And then I installed the motors. And I was so proud of myself. Everything went beautiful.
There's one dangling there. You can't be that proud.
Well, I
The
start
dangling.
going over motor direction, and this motor would just doop, 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 die. Reboot the quad. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I looked for short somewhere in there. There's no short. Finally found out it's the wire where it's going right here under the motor. Because if I have it dangling like that, it'll spin freely, no problem. As soon as I install it up here, bzz, 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 so I already got a motor on order.
Oh boy.
So
let me tell
your
you something.
quad it's just cursed. That's just all there is to it.
It is okay. Is the most expensive quad that I've ever flown. This is more than the Mavic 3. Oh.
Well, the ESC was available on Amazon, so I got that pretty quick.
Oh.
But yeah, it could have flown, but I don't know for how much longer.
Gonna cha-ching to drone.
Yeah, we'll figure that part out. But anyway, so motors on order should be here later this week, and I mean she looks good. She looks good, and I've upgraded your capacitor too.
Capacitor too.
You see how the capacitor has a little filter under there?
It's like it's like a DJI upgrade. Capacitor too. Capacitor SE.
Yeah.
We've got the motors. We got the motors 2 and the motors 2 Pro.
Well,
oh.
So that's where we're at on that project.
Okay, why don't we just like build these things? We'll just both go half season on all our projects. And then you can fly it for a while and I'll fly it for a while. Oh.
Well, I got another package in today. Well, actually it came in yesterday. And it came all the way from Prague.
Ooh, I know what that is.
I got a package from Prague. And here it is.
There it is. The drone tag.
Drone tag beacon.
Joint drone custody. You have Mom, I want to live with my dad.
And there she be.
I don't want to live with Kai. He's mean. He makes me take out the trash. Drone tag. Yeah. When did that finally show up?
It showed up yesterday. They shipped it out on Friday. It showed up yesterday. So I ordered this thing and wasn't quite aware that they were on back order. But I contacted them. I'm like, hey, I haven't got a shipping date yet. And I promptly, actually the next morning, got an email back from actually the boss, the CEO of Drone Tech, saying that they were on a little behind, but they were going to ship mine out on Friday, and I'll have it either yesterday or today. And it came in yesterday, so they did come through. And here she is.
You got it? Do you have the box cracked open there by chance? I just want to see how big it is. But of course, Kyle put his hand next to it, and it'll look like it's freaking it'll look like a dime.
Well,
It's not Kai can't use his hand as perspective. He can't go like this. It's just not right. When you can palm
your SU was a quarter for perspective.
Okay, there we go. Well, that is pretty small because the quarter's beefing on it. So 2 quarters would cover it up. You wouldn't even see it.
Yep.
What's the width?
It's about the width. The width is about the same as the diameter of the quarter.
Put Sunrise comments up there.
Do I have a banana for scale? No, I do not have a banana for scale.
Oh, that's funny.
What's that for? That is the infamous remote ID broadcast module.
That's small. Yeah, that looks smaller than a DJI mic.
Well, it's way smaller than that. And let's throw it on the scale.
That'll be interesting to see how what you say when you get that thing connected up.
16.5 grams.
Does it power up with USB-C? Does it have
it actually has a built-in battery?
Built-in battery. That's a good and a bad thing, actually. But I think it'll last.
This is on now.
So Karen knows where Kai is right now. Turn it off quick.
I gotta press it one more time for that.
Wow.
Yep, it's not ready yet. It's still looking for GPS signal.
Sunrise was wondering if it was a replaceable battery.
Nope, the whole case is sealed.
I think that's still, if you had to, you could probably power it up with something. I think that would be a no-brainer if you ever got to the point where, little 3-volt battery, 3.5, it's probably run on 3.2 volts, single cell. Jim was wondering how long it's supposed to last.
Let's see what they say for battery life on that thing.
The nice thing is it's small, and you'll get to the pricing and all that. Decoy position. Yes, you take your drone tag and you put it.
Battery life is 8 to 16 hours, depending on configuration.
DWI basically is you just take your drone tag and you put it like a mile away from where you're flying. Then you'll pick it up when you're done.
Yep.
Put it on your dog. Holy crap, he's low, man.
Crap, put it on your dog and play fetch with him.
He hasn't flown higher than 1.5 feet for at least an hour.
So battery life is said to be 8 to 16 hours.
Yeah, so like a strobe almost. Longer than the
So
strobe.
it'll last.
Yeah, that's probably planned obsolescence when the battery won't charge anymore. Yeah, it's usually a CR. Let's see. I wish it would use a CR. 2032 and those little wafer batteries.
Yeah.
But
no, there's a LiPo battery, 3.7 volt, 200 milliamp hour.
CR 2032 too big.
Yeah, I can put
Probably it would weigh. It would probably be heavier than a little lipo. They make them things small.
So, but that is what's going to keep you compliant come September 16th.
100. Let's see, plastic. So it'll fly in the heat. That's good. 140 Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. So.
Yeah, 3.3 volt extension connector, 5 volt micro USB, those external ports. That's the charging port, Bluetooth.
Yeah, so you can hook it up to the 3.3 volt pad on your flight controller. That now comes with a bit of a cable, not much of one, but there's a cable included. And there is a Velcro thing on the bottom already. And then they give you some Velcros in the back.
Micro USB.
Jumper here, and I don't know what the heck that is for, but
I wish the factory that made micro USBs would blow up.
Well, micro USB, and I'm surprised that they're using micro USB.
I mean, I've never had
because EU done passed the law that everything has to be USB-C.
Right.
But the thing has something to do with the licensing fees for USB-C. They're probably trying to save some money.
Right.
It's just like HDMI. HDMI has a license fee and involved with it too.
What's your licensing fee for this connector?
$200.
This is a K connector. K73B.
That's some of my handiwork.
Yep. For the
SMO.
For the SMO. 4S connector. Yeah, it was I didn't bring a drone with me at all. I traveled light.
Well, you couldn't. No, it's here.
Yeah. Well, I could have brought my mini SE.
Your Mini 2 SE?
Yeah, my brother went and bought one, and he bought a Mini 1 SE. He didn't ask. Nobody asked me.
And Lee is on the house. Yellow Rose Drones.
I wish he would have, his kids watch my channel. They would have at least told him, hey, buy a Mini 2 SE, not a Mini 1 SE. He paid the same amount probably.
Well,
live and learn.
I'm going to actually make you a day. And I've sent it to you, but it went mostly unnoticed, especially by you for some reason. But iFlight came out with some foam padding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now they're not selling that yet, right? Oh, there it is. Got a number on it.
Oh, it's being sold.
I have to
I've
buy
got
that.
one coming.
I didn't buy it yet because I thought you said it wasn't going to be available right away.
No,
Well, there,
no. The DJI replacement foam that's being sold for $35 stinking dollars.
how does that connect in there? Has that got any connectors or is it
This is
sticking
going to
there?
be Velcro.
No, it's still as long as it fits. I don't care.
But if I'm looking at this narrow
Hey, you
face
need to,
right here, you see that extra padding at the bottom.
right.
That is what we were looking for to get the bottom of
Okay.
the goggles out.
Yeah, you need to put that link up right now so I can click on it. You probably sent it to me, but I didn't know that it was. I thought it was out there. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that narrow one.
No, throw it into.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the narrow one and put it on my freaking goggles too, man. And then the Avadas right now are
It's
fine.
supposed to fit the Integra too.
Well, I guess I could put foam on either one and or put Velcro on both of them. Just use the same ones, but they're
Yep.
cheap. They're reasonable. They're not $35. Yeah, the other ones are $35, man. $40.
I've ordered, and I only have the Integris Jim's running, so I went ahead and ordered one. Should be here in about 3 to 6 weeks.
Exactly. So they're the type B, the B type, right? Not the
Yep.
A type. Yeah.
And
All right.
they
I'm
actually have in the description.
Yeah. Oh, these are getting
Put them
bought
in the
as we
description.
speak.
What I said, the white is for Asian faces, and the narrow is for European and American. But yeah, no, the B, I mean, you see there's quite a bit more padding at the bottom.
Right. That's that bottom section, and that'll do it, man. I just ordered mine. Mine are on the way. Mine will be here in December.
Oh, Ben T. Howdy, fella. Yeah, that's iFlight. I'll put a link to it into the chat.
The Mini 2 non-SE is better. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Has anyone tried using goggles Integra with the Mini 3 Pro yet? No, I have not.
Don't even own a Mini 3 anymore. Got rid of that sucker a long time ago. I got bigger and better things to think about. The Mini 3 is freaking bad A. I can't wait till the Mini 3 becomes an old drone. Then I would say that'll be the drone to own. Just because of it's got the big props, it's got it's light, nimble. It's got a lot of great but I wouldn't buy I would buy the Pro when that one comes available. But right now it's just so overpriced. It's just so expensive. And I don't know if you gain, but the cameras are different. So if you buy the the cheap version, you're getting a different camera, and that's the whole purpose of buying that is to have the good camera on it. You don't need the obstacle avoidance. You just need the good camera. Just so you can do the low light stuff and you can fly longer, and because once the sun starts to drop, you start to get that pixelization. But yeah. So the Kai 2 is still in construction, and it continues to have gremlins that keep crawling into the freaking circuitry and the motor connectors and everything else about it.
Right now I can't even find the freaking foam for the goggles too that DJI had on their site.
You can't. I saw it this morning. Yeah, I thought.
I think they took that. I think they took that thing down. I got the feeling they took that shit down.
Let's see. Goggles to foam. Well, you can get it at different places.
Oh, here it is. Found it. So,
like here it is at Get FPV, but it can't be the same stuff.
here it is. $35. The soft fit.
Out of stock. Now, is that the same one that's being sold at Get FPV and other places? Or are they just selling the other stuff? I can't see the difference.
This has a different padding on it.
Right.
This has like a lycra wrap foam
Right.
pad on it, and not that plasticky one that we had on the others.
Right.
But I don't see any improvement on the cheeks. But then again, they don't really give that angle. So
yeah, I've seen some
but
kits.
at 35 stinking dollars.
You know, there's AliExpress sells a kit that but it's not. Yeah, I would
but
just
it's compatible with both the Goggles 2 and the Integras.
get the iFlight ones. Those are the real deal.
Yeah. So the iFlight I ordered. Why would a motor burn out while flying slow? Because you flew too slow.
Had it happen this weekend. What was it? Well, you could be.
Which quad were you flying?
I
What
think he was
motor
flying
was it?
his little teeny one. It's like a P16, I thought it was.
Oh, TJ's in the house.
Jim's, I got the B.
Yeah, I got the B.
Yeah, if you get a big wide
Type
face,
B.
yeah. Most of us.
Here, let's go back to
smaller cranium people. We want the B types.
So here's the difference.
Hey, Blizzard's here. Yeah, that's really important. Check that picture out, guys. The bottom is where the lift is needed. For down here, we want that lift, and it just has to lift it up a little bit and take some of that weight and move it up, and that will help with the vignetting a little bit. But right now, we're just fighting for everything. We're trying to lift it by pushing it in. That's what I do to try to get the lift. I just push it closer to my nose, and then that f's up and then I can't adjust the optics. I still fly with them. I just have to deal with it.
Yeah, no, I'm going. I got the narrow one on order. So get RC Rocket. So that's the 1206 motor, right?
Yep.
It was its time. I mean,
You've been flying it for a long time.
yeah, you got a lot of life out of that thing.
That's probably almost 4 years that thing's been flying.
I think it's closer to 3, but
3 seems like forever ago. It's 1,000 drones ago. So many things have passed through my freaking hands.
1204 motors. Yeah. If you're gonna replace a motor or the motors on that thing,
don't buy anything I buy.
Yeah, don't buy Brother Hobby and don't buy Emacs.
These things right here on this diatone, these things are tight. I mean, look at this. Watch this. You can hear it. You know, that's tight.
I think I have some 1206 motors laying around here somewhere, diatone. I think they were pretty high. They were 4500 kV. I don't think they can do 4S.
No. These are 3600.
Let's see what kind of motor I would stick in there. It'd probably be a T motor.
I still haven't done the successful conversion yet. We got optical. Now we just got to get freaking controller. Someday. Oh, I want to fly that with the Vada with the Integras.
James, you can change the shipping to $5. The 35 is like the default Air Express. You can change the shipping to the economy for $5. So let's see. What do we have here? Motors 12. Here, we'll add that to the stream. So the Mamba Toka 1206 would be some I would agree with. Here's your GEP RC motor. So that's a 1204 5000 kV. Is that the same one you got on that quad, Brent?
I bet you they are. They're little freaking.
Oh, he already burned out the rest of his motors. That he thinks that's the only one he hadn't burned out yet. So we've got 1204 5000 kV. What do we have in the?
That's
and
not
we're
bad.
on, they're off.
$40, you know, $11 a motor, $50 for 5000 kV.
Yeah. Let's look at T motor. FPV motors. 1204. 5000 kV. Is that a 3S? Is the Cap RC rocket 3S quad or 4S? I thought it was a 4S.
I think you can fly with 4S. I flew with 3S and 4S, I think. Ben says he was running them with 8S. That's why he burnt them out.
Well, he needed it for the extra lift to get the battery off the ground.
Yeah, I have a lot of little motors from that time, but no, I flew with a 4S battery. You can fly 4S, yeah, 3S and 4S, 2.3-inch props. Yep.
Rocket Plus or Rocket Light? Which one do we have? Plus.
You got those little.
$1204, 5000 kV, 2-inch prop.
Yep.
Recommended 4S.
Yeah, and you can take the prop guards off, and you're.
That's probably why your motor burned out, because that's pushing that.
Yeah, he put a little bit bigger prop on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that rocket. I flew. That was good. That was where I learned. I learned with that. I crashed the crap out of it and sold it. Yeah, somebody bought it from me way back when I think I was flying the Mini 2. So when the Mini 2 came out, I got rid of some stuff. But it was fun. I probably should have kept that one because it was, yeah, I've been looking for something about that size, about a 2-inch size. And then the P16 came out, which is a little bit lighter and has a better camera on it.
See, I have these right here.
I never burnt the motor out.
3800.
I flew really hard with that and crashed in a lot of dirt and it never burnt the motor out. Just lucky. I think it was just luck.
So,
and I wasn't trying to fly really fast. I mean, I was just trying to control it. So. But I made the same mistake. I took my prop guards off, and a bunch of us did because we didn't think it was cool. And now you wish you just would have kept them on and kept the same props, and you get a baggie of props, and go protects the prop. I got my biggest problem with my Rocket Plus was grass stains from crashing. Had a slight green tone. And the other thing is the prop guards break easy on that.
What did you miss? You might have missed these right here. Let me put it back up here for Chuck. Foam padding, replacement foam padding available from iFlight. Go with the narrow.
Yeah, and you can put those on your Integras too. We're hoping. I haven't tested that out yet, but we'll soon see.
I'm fairly certain that'll fit on Integras too.
Yeah,
I was certain enough to spend money on them. So
yeah, it's close enough. It's going to solve one problem. I ran with foam pads in my original goggles, V1s, my first V2s. I mean, and then that they left with when I sold my FPV quad. All that crap went.
So that solutions on the horizon. As far as how they work, we'll find out when they get here in 3 to 6 weeks, however long it takes.
Yeah, there's definitely a different focusing between the two sets, between the Integras and the goggles too. There's just a little bit different focusing adjustments, but I have mine locked in, so I haven't messed with it too much. I'm sure I'm going to have to when I switch those out.
Well, I'm actually working on some for the walk snail goggles.
My Mavic 2 zoom gimbal is still twitching.
Let me take this off here for a sec.
Yeah, when they start twitching,
I'm putting a new front on the walk snail goggles.
Oh no, you got that done.
And it has room for 4 antennas, but I'm only going to put 2 of them in. I'm actually going to have one printed up in resin. I'm just waiting on the guy to get back to me. But here's the antennas that are going inside. So they'll.
Hey Ben, I would say
in there sort of like that.
Ben said
I'm going to put them on the outside.
Ben said he fixed his focus problem with cataract surgery. That's pretty expensive change. So that do they snap in there? Those lenses are lenses. Do those do they snap in?
No, I'm going to have to glue them in there.
Okay.
just a dab of glue in a corner.
Yeah.
So you got the round shape and you got these corners. So I just put a dab of glue on each corner and pop them in there. And
I think it looks nice when they're inside and they're not dangling around, they're not flopping.
yeah, and then, it'll be like that.
You could color those, would be interesting. You could make some interesting stuff with those. You could do all kinds of fun things with that big blank plate on front there.
Yeah. Might have to put some LEDs on there or something.
Stickers, LEDs.
The LaForge LEDs.
Oh yeah. LaForge. He was the Mr. Spock replacement.
Joe Fodelio. Good evening. But yeah.
Hey Ben, you're spending too much for your glasses, man. So they're $40 rather than $400. These right here are like
I buy these from corner store for $20.
These I haven't worn these in a long time. I went to the ones without the edges, without the rims, the rimless. These just matched Kai's hat, so I put them on today. Another thing, real quick, I have remember I told you I was testing out the SD cards from Amazon. Yeah, these work pretty good. This is an Amazon Basics SD, kind of a generic SD card, just a 128. They're like $12 to $14. And then they just, if you have that great service like warehouse service where they'll give it to you same day. Yeah, I should have bought two. I'm same cost, but they come in a little box like that. And then, of course, one of those and another one of those. So you have, once my wife makes fun of me every time I buy a SD because I'm buying them all the time. You get 100 of these things sitting around. But so far, so good. They're supposed to be tested and everything. Not unlike these.
I usually go with this one here.
Yeah, that's a good one there. That's the old SanDisk Extreme right there. Yeah.
It's either that one or the Extreme Pro. And they've gotten so cheap that I'm beginning to wonder if it's even worth it trying to save $3 something.
Right. I mean, I buy so much stuff from Amazon. I just wanted to try one just to see if they're any good.
So Jim's ordered him one too. $13.99 plus $5, and then equals $27.99 Canadian. So
yeah, that's worth it. That's worth the change, and we're all kind of goggling different now. And
it's only a matter of time for somebody to come out with some aftermarket. If I got to put little Velcro strips on the goggles, so be it. The Velcro peeled off just as easy as it went on, and you can always pop the original back on there, the original foam.
I had somebody this weekend while I was gone reach out to me about a 3D printer, a Creality. We'll see if that ever goes down. It was the let me just tell. We'll see if it actually.
I'm leaning toward buying the resin printer.
This one is like a larger bed printer. Let's see if I can find but we'll see. Sometimes people reach out and it takes a while to get it to go down, but let's see if I can find it right here. Right here, it's I'll just tell you what it is. It's a Ender 5S1.
Nice.
Yeah, if that goes down, that'll be freaking bam. We'll see if that shows up.
That's a good printer.
Yeah, it's hey, if it should, hey, if I get it, it freaking I'll definitely do a video on that one. Freaking love them to death.
Here, this is the one I'm looking at.
Yeah, the Anycubit. I looked at that one, the resin.
Yeah, but this thing is freaking huge.
I've really been impressed with the prints coming out of those things. They are just first rate. I mean, you got to do a lot of funkying around with them when they're done, but
Well, you gotta set them, rinse them good, and then cure them out.
yeah, Ben says he's got the Ender 5. How big is your print bed on that, Ben? What's the size? Like is it 220 by 220 or bigger? I would just like a bigger print surface that's auto leveling so I can make the large flat objects. Just so many things that I just don't have, it's a one dimension. It's always, 300 by 300. Perfect. That's that full size. You don't need anything bigger than that. You could print a freaking whole drone out on that. And carbon fiber printing.
Carbon fiber printing, you better be prepared to change out nozzles, because that carbon fiber will wear out the nozzle quickly.
300 by 300. Yeah, it seems like any cubic. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if you do that, how that works out, because you need somebody to tell you all the advantages and disadvantages. Like, okay, if you're going to print this with this, especially for that goggle piece that you did, it'll be nice and smooth. Come out like it'd come out.
That's why I want it for the goggle piece.
Matter
of fact, I'm talking to somebody on Etsy. I reached out to Kendova, but his resin printer's been put up because he's moving.
So Ben says 220 by 220 by 300. Yeah, I think it's like a rectangular.
That's the same size my artillery is.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, it's Octoprint. That any cubic would print the Chris Punting trophy with great detail. Are we doing that? Are we going to have that would be a really good like drone meetup thing to win, some kind of competition to win the Chris Punting trophy.
Yeah.
That is a great idea. The clear acrylic with the golden foot. The golden I thought we moved.
Chris must not be.
No, we have not. Guys don't remember stuff.
What did we tell you? What did I tell you about thinking?
What's wonderful about men is we only remember what other men do, but what women do, we forget. Okay. But if a friend of ours does something, we will remind them of that forever. So you're taking the Chris Punting trophy to your grave. We're going to put it in your hands.
No, Chris wasn't punting a drone. He was punting my controller.
We're gonna put that in. Yes, he was holding controller going, oh shit, and it was falling out of his hands. And of course, the first thing you want to do is punt it to keep it from falling on the ground. So you hit it with your foot. I would win the Chris because my name is Chris too. I would win the Chris, but I punted my my Paradanafi.
Yeah, just look on the screen. There he is punting, and there's there goes the right in the middle of the screen. You see my controller.
pretty far. That's a good 30 feet as you moved it. That's probably why that controller don't work anymore. I think that right there is reason why your
That might have
gimbal.
something to do with it.
He punted a gimbal. Well, if anybody needs a controller one, I'll eventually have that one freed up, and that one it would just be shipping. So maybe Kai, if you get to that point where you need it, and I'm trying to not need it, I'm trying to simplify my life. So if you run into the fact that you might need that, because sometimes wings and all these different things,
Or do we need to play your video about it too? Well, I may not have that video, but I have the other one.
Nobody remembers the video. No. Now the punting one, I don't remember seeing the video on that. That's been a while. Yeah, the punting video is.
Oh, now we're going on YouTube.
I was just looking over at YouTube. You know what's trending in the United States? 40,000 tweets. Divorce. Is it spring or something? The Super Bowl coming up? Yeah, divorce is trending in the. I'm sure that somebody's getting divorced that's famous, but I don't know. Fun fact, guys. That's just a fun fact today. And if it's actually happening to you, it's not fun. And Dobo basically he posted who's excited for Goggles 2 support and the Mavic 3 and Mini 3 lineup. I think it's a good idea. I think it's actually something to be excited about. I think it's worth it. I'll be one of his likes on that. But when you say Goggles 2, I'm assuming that also is Integras. And right now, that is not the case. And I bet you DJI doesn't do the Integra support because of the factor that they would use just to get people to buy the pros.
Yeah, I'm going to make this just full screen, and so everybody can enjoy this.
He found it.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. He's setting them down. Okay. Very carefully.
And there she goes.
You don't even need you don't need like captions or words.
See, we don't even need the sound.
And he was so careful putting them down too. That's the best part about that. And of course, we got stickers and trophies and all kinds of great things now. A gem.
So now that everybody's reminded, where'd Sunrise go?
He's still here.
Get quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's just like you said. He thought everybody moved past this, and
Joe, I ain't big. You just too damn short. I'm full grown. Merely full grown. Is it Taco Tuesday? Yes, it is.
It is.
So, next week we're going to have a special guest.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to have a special guest coming on. It was the low down and dirty. Look in your private chat.
Ah.
It's for the big event in October. We're going to get the down and dirty and the details from Mr. Kelly from Ready Set Drones.
Excellent.
So he will be joining us next week.
Yeah, I got to get the pressure will be on. So I'm hoping I have an American Airlines flight by then. I'm switching from Southwest to American, so I can fly from my house, not have to go to Vegas all the time.
So if you have plans or going to spend it, I'm telling you right now, start looking at Airbnb, VRBO, or any of those type of services.
Well, once we know where the location is for sure, then it'll be easier.
We know where the location is.
Oh,
it's a Cedar Park Rec Center, the same place it was 2 years ago.
Okay.
It's a Cedar Park Rec Center. And
say it slowly.
Cedar Park.
Cedar Park. Gotcha.
Yeah. Cedar Park Rec Center.
Your German accent was coming through there.
It's in Cedar Park, Texas.
Cedar Park. That's easy to remember. Let's see.
So yeah, no, if you're going to spend it, start looking at Airbnb now.
Cedar Park, Texas.
He picked the same weekend Formula One race is on in Austin.
Oh, that's right.
Every hotel is sky high and mostly booked out already. The Motel 6 in Cedar Park's already booked out for that weekend. I know that.
So I'm going to be taking an Uber from Austin downtown.
Why?
I'm just saying it's because I'm not going to be able to get a place close. Cedar Park. I'm looking to find the track.
I booked the guest house in Cedar Park for $250. So
yeah, that's a nice big park.
Ben T says he might have a spare bed.
Well, we'll just fill everything up.
So
just looking at the area.
But anyway, yeah. So I got an Airbnb about a mile from the venue. So I'll be close.
So what area are you in? Which direction?
I'll be in Cedar Park.
In Cedar Park, yeah. I'm just looking at the map here.
Right off of that 1431, and back that is where my accommodations are.
All right. I just heard food. So it's taco time.
Yep. I think I just heard some rolling in the door too. So
okay.
Again, next week, Kelly's gonna be joining us.
He'll tell us about
get the down dirty on spin up. He's promising with having some updates. So he might have the website up by then. So
All right. I just wanted to save that. All righty. Well, we better say
You
our
better hit it
yeah, say
before
our
the women
goodnight,
do. Mostly
because
us.
it is now taco time.
Yep, it is time to go. So,
So,
thanks for making it.
no, I did. Sorry, I didn't communicate. I didn't know. I didn't think you were going to be on for whatever reason. I don't know. It was getting late, and I'm like, all right, what's up with that? But I didn't tell you I was home either. So,
Yeah, no, you said you'd be gone still. So,
yeah, well, I knew I'd be back. I just didn't know if I'd be back in time.
anyhow,
Not understanding my Southwest accommodations very well. But yeah, so all right. Yay for
so if you
goggle
haven't
inserts.
already, hit the thumbs up on the way out, please. I'd appreciate it. And I guess we see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same place, 5:30 Central.
Same time, same bat channel, same bat time.
And until then, you got any more words of wisdom?
Um,
Don't fly southwest.
yeah, that's well, like I said, I feel bad. I've got mixed flights now. One went really good and they were very polite and I had the seats that I wanted and it all worked out great and then didn't start out that way. So I'm just hoping they straighten it out, but yeah.
Well,
Yep. So
all righty.
all
Well, you
righty.
all have a good night. Chris, thanks
Yeah, you
for
too.
coming in.
Hey, thanks for bringing me in last minute.
And anybody still hit the thumbs up on the way out, I appreciate it. Until then, we'll see you next week.